badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand. You juggle the badge for a second, unsuccessfully, and it lands on the ground some 2 meters away. Ouch! You strained your elbow trying to catch that stupid thing. Damn it.
He has it. He has it, Jean. It's his badge.
And your gun?
And stares at
As
you.
if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements. What is it with all these material objects?
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
Mm-hmm. I expect drinking forever is only me an inspiring hell now.
A little drink? You smell like a corpse. I'm downwind and I can barely breathe. You smell like shit. You let a suspect escape, Harry. Classier something. Because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the reports. Lieutenant Kitsuagi's. We know.
She was some kind of spy from the Iraq when, for everything to do, she gave a vital clue that led us to the island. Okay, I got duped there, she pulled.
Duped again. Outsmarted by someone who isn't drunk. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. A ruby something. Or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now. Doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 7 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot, not once, but twice. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, it was a massacre. We got wiped. The hell were you?
Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuagi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
Which is a stray strand of hair at his own.
You've spent the week with him, on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the lost gun, also losing his badge, that's all true. And he's been drinking on the job.
The man sighs deeply.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize, profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer. It's odd, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a hustler. He grinds. He makes the real. He's a visionary and a money engineer, which is just... Other still, he is also a Mazovian socio-economist who believes in liquidating the ruling class. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know, but he is vocal on both of them. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the constant smoking everywhere, all the time. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him anything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped working on the case. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, I have to disagree with you, Mr. Vicmar, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Okay, he did something.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect, 3 meters tall. It's on the island, camouflage as the reeds. It unfolded from there. I did not, unfortunately, get a photo, but I believe it may have been the Insulindian phasmid. I know this sounds fantastic, but I'm a 4 times decorated lieutenant of the RCM. I do not make up encounters with cryptids to spice up my day. I am very, very sane.
I don't doubt you, Lieutenant. If you say it was the Insulindian phasmid, then it was the Insulindian phasmid.
But as you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective. An absolutely visionary entrepreneur.
Lieutenant, is it somehow connected to the case?
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence, exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia. He fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
We could order a search. I could get people from EPIS on the island, entomologists, doctors. There must be signs of it in the reeds. If we found the Insulindian phasmid, well, that would be absolutely exceptional. The PR value alone.
There, you need to make your case now. The floor is all yours. He prepared it well.
So the phasmid was female, the reeds are its nest. Previous head of the D.B.S.B.F Union was assassinated by our killer. They also fixed the strike situation. Also a dead man on boardwalk. So looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
Not time for that shit.
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
You give the mercenary in an act of jealousy.
Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fascination. The result of spending all this time in solitude on the islands of this bay. And trauma too. He himself gave a political reason. In his mind, he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head. And 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that.
The recording mechanism, like the past said. It did all it could. Every second was a struggle. Could be just a little.
Get over yourself. You're not a perfectionist. You're a cop and you did a good job. With a lot of help from Lieutenant Kitsuagi. And none of this can hide the smell of booze on the wind.
He buns his
God damn it. It is bad. Even you can smell it.
So if it's the strike, there was also a dead man.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How do you know
The
about
body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is. Yeah, honestly, it doesn't sound too important, since it's not connected to the case or a giant living organism.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
It's interesting time. Forget
the
about
helmet
the
and the
rest.
scope.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
Bowers are built by males of the species who can't afford colorful mating displays physically. This one was plain-colored.
Must be robust if it can move a helmet with its limbs.
Where's that cost?
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
What's the
Well,
question?
then it wouldn't matter if it's a male or female. The Bauer would just be rudimentary behavior from before the parthenogenetic mutation.
That makes sense, yes.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. We're probably looking at conservation efforts here.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. It's a toughie that you don't have a photo. This would look very, very flashy in the papers. None of it says vigilante murderers to me at all. Great PR.
I tried to, but I only got a blur.
We can still work. Cop discovers new species in there. I know a good guy in La Majeste, but only after the École Supérieure people find it. This cannot be done by French people.
It needs to be white coats and glassware for this fly. We need professionals.
He looks at the
In the
reeds.
mist-colored distance, over the water, nothing moves. Not a trace of it.
Previous head.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open, in Martinez, where Everard and Edgar Clare have ears everywhere.
Lieutenant lowers his voice.
And eyes, too. Your return from the island must not have gone unnoticed.
Understood, of course.
But a case against Everard would be big.
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related, for political neutrality.
This has to be good stuff for him to backpedal out of it at first mention.
We also fixed the strike situation.
How? It seems to be ongoing. I see red banners on the gates.
He didn't quite solve it. He cross-pollinated information between the company rep and Everard, until the rep came to see that the Union desires war, at which point Mrs. Messier decided to...
What? Hand clear the terminal?
It was an accident.
You bet it was. Sounds to me like you got played by Claire. And it's true. You are his little peony.
Hey, how do you know about me?
Maybe. Certainly. You're ever Claire's peony now, just as I said. He's a mob boss, did you know? Is that why you want us to investigate the assassination of the previous Union head thing? To get off Everard's hook?
No, it's nothing like that. He was reckless with information, but ethical. We don't owe anyone anything. This allowed us to stabilize things in Martinez.
God, calm down, Jean.
Silence. Good. The man doesn't know what to say.
What do you say when I take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder.
Sure.
So I have to. Jude,
Honestly, anything that ends this trial is okay with me.
Quick note.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Wait, I have a few questions before we go.
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am
Who
I?
are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but...
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
Does explain.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the shot put, your inexplicable facial hair.
Watching a foreign sportswear and that.
Some of your more old-school wording choices. Your posture, even. The constant stretches.
God, even this javelin-throwing freak here.
Oh god.
Of course. Contact Mike.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy.
The reprise of the most inspiring basic sports principle of open competition. When was this? When
In
was
your
it?
20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then.
Telling Cora and I was a dinner pitch.
Yes, you towed Jim in Corn. I believe that's the term. Told Jim at a height.
The smell of sweat and glue. Kuro is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning.
High school. Harry, your goings on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
When did I join the RCM?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. Oh.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries, and incredible hope. An ocean full of...
Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable gulf of finance and privilege?
It is getting cold out.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
I might like this.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
And check.
Dora something. Dora England. Yeah, you mentioned the name.
Not Dora D.B.S.B.F.
England.
Something like that. Half Vazan.
Vasa is where beautifully and impossibly blonde people come from.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago? She was way before my time.
6 years.
Or 7? You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Engelund really tore you a new one. A big one. Incredibly bangable. Extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Snow Welkin. Blonde pain.
Well, I've only seen a picture. But it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is about to go down. It's time to go home.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Dirty cop working. Am I a dirty cop working for love?
No.
Because the suspect's
You're
not-
too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out of it.
Precinct 41, what kind of station?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershaw. Faubourg, technically, but
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain. Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
Up his collar and looks around the cold spring, light reflected in the lens of his
I don't know
glasses.
what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Distant traffic. A scrap of newspaper drifts by, carried by the wind.
No. Good luck with your report.
The lieutenant smiles
Damn
warmly.
it. Yes, that.
I'm ready.
good.
She looks at you, then became
Fuck it, let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon.
Just needed to make it little.
Close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price points his pen at the doctor. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through, and when he does, he'll side with Revachol.
Who's me?
Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
You thought it was honourable. Needed a cigarette after that. Wow. Lost Titus. But hopefully you can put Everett away. Well, we made it. That game was incredible. I absolutely adored everything about it, and I can't wait to play more. I want to try and get through the situation without losing Titus. That was... I mean, what else could I have done? I could have used some of my points on hand-eye coordination. Glenn went as well. Well, I mean, I've had a lot of fun with this game. I will be playing this off camera, I reckon. I think there's a lot of replayability in it. Maybe I'll do a recording of like being the worst cop possible. That might be entertaining, but I think it'll be somewhere down the lines on this one. I've had a lot of fun. Really just loved this game. It was a great little experience in role-playing. Shame that I hear none of these people from the credits are going to be, or well, probably some of the people from the credits, but the main people who had the main stake in it apparently aren't working on the sequel. It's a bit of a shame, but I have heard that the main creative force behind it has written a novel that's in this universe, and I have heard that the sequel is coming anyway, so still something to look out for. I guess we'll be looking for a new game, so if you've got any thoughts of what next game I should be bringing into the old roster, I've got thoughts already. Maybe Shadow of Colossus, somewhat thinking Borderlands, but I don't know where I'd start with Borderlands. That's the problem with that one. Shadow of Colossus, I think, is an all-round classic, so I think that might be my next my next effort. Gary, the crypto fascist. Yeah, I thought not taking in a picture of the what was it, Cupid or Phasmid? It gave an opportunity for it not to run away, but I wasn't slick enough to approach it. So that happened. Not sure if I did anything particular to summon the Phasmid. But yeah, Heartbreaker. I liked Titus. We'd grown a decent relationship. And unfortunately, didn't survive the fight. But like I said, replayability, I didn't get to do everything. I didn't discover some bits until rather late on. Could have discovered them earlier. Also, I sold my gun. I sold the murder weapon. Or at least one of the potential murder weapons. And that was a red herring because I found the actual murder weapon that was with the guy. Proofreaders, LQA. What was LQA? LQA. Lightning question assessors. Spanish localization. I mean, we've got quite far through the list suddenly. Haven't displayed any of these guys really. Oh, and the voice guy for the final cut is phenomenal. I've absolutely adored him. He's got such a great voice. The main guy who does a lot of the internal speaking, you know what I mean. Opinions, yo. As you can possibly tell, this one's gone on a little bit longer than this particular session. Where are we sat at? We've been going for 3.5 hours almost. So thanks for all of the many people who tuned in to this. You are great as always. I couldn't do it without you. You mean the world. LQA, what does it mean? What is an LQA? In Japanese localization. Wasn't that just the Chinese localization? It's hard to stay awake. Turkish localization? Translation and proofreading. Yeah, because all you've got are Turkish stages, subtitles, I bet. Poor Turks. Testronic Translation Services. A German team. Well, I think we did reasonably well. I would have preferred to have kept Titus alive and killed one of the... or killed the leader of the bad guys. Or who I saw as the bad guys, who were the team who had their leader killed. This... Yeah, I've got a bit of a messed up sense of morality, clearly. people who had their leader killed, I sided with the people who were covering up the he didn't seem like a very nice man who got killed. I imagine there are lots of people in the world that would have sided with the Strikebusters. They were the ones who were wrong. That's a lot of names. Jenny Wyndham, Burden of Command, Balloon Knights. Mankind, be vigilant. We love you. ZAUM, yeah, that's the company who's had all this turnover. Think we're there. So, thanks for spending time with me. I hope you've had a fun time. I hope you have a marvellous time for the rest of the day. And I shall see you soon. Bye.